another video review from TouchGaming.org. Today we'll be reviewing Loot Master, which is available for $5.99 on the App Store. This is one of the few RPG games currently available. This game features relatively simple gameplay as well as simple graphics, but there's still a clean interface which is available here, as well as clean little sprites for the characters. The game involves clicking enemies to defeat them, and each attack does a certain amount of damage. Each click requires a certain amount of energy to actually attack the enemy, which is available in the yellow bar over there. The game is quite interesting in the fact that it requires you to manage your loot. As you kill enemies, they will drop special items, and you can collect and hoard those items to select what is better and to make sure that you can survive the rest of the levels. So what we've got here is, there's a name down there. We've got a couple different items, and each type of item is equipable in a different slot. This top area is your equipment area where you actually equip those items. Down here is your regular inventory where you can store extra items and collect random loot. So what we'll do here is we'll drop some of these items and maybe we'll check that out, keep that. And so we've got these 3 items equipped, and we've dropped these extra items that we don't need. In between each level, there's a certain amount of time for you to manage your loot, but there's not unlimited time, so you should try to manage your loot quickly, which adds to the excitement of the game. Later on in the levels, you'll unlock more powerful items along with harder enemies, and you'll unlock spells which use mana, which can help you or hinder your enemies, such as providing increased attack speed. You can heal yourself, etc., or you can kill a bunch of enemies at once. There are also scrolls, as well as various other item types, such as earrings, helmets, necklaces, pendants, body armor, etc. So what you want to do is collect as much loot as you can, and in between the waves you can switch them out for better loot, so you can equip your character better. And as the levels go on, you'll need to manage your loot more effectively because the enemies will become stronger and you'll need better armor and weapons to defeat them. This game is actually quite simple in the fact that gameplay involves just clicking the enemies and clicking and dragging your loot, but the game gets quite addicting because even though it's simple, there are many different types of items, and you can spend a lot of time collecting and checking out the different varieties available. There are multiple trade-offs, such as having increased armor but decreased special effects, such as increased mana or faster experience gain, such as this item which provides plus 1% experience and treasure bonus, but may have a lower armor rating than other types of armor. The game gets pretty hectic, in the later stages of the game as enemies have more health and move faster. This area here, which you can see highlighted by the green, is where you can hold scrolls and spells as well as potions. Once the item is there, you can tap it to activate it once the wave has started. So that helps a lot when you when in later stages when you need to use health potions, mana potions, energy potions, etc. And so we'll equip some armor. Drop that. Maybe get a better sword. We'll start the ground. And we'll go through a few more levels. You can see that this menu area and inventory is always open, and the gameplay remains in a small section of the screen. And although that may seem quite interesting, it actually plays out very well as a nice feature. Alternatively, I think there could be a little more variety in the types of enemies, and the fact that they're all exactly the same except for their health levels and maybe their little character icons. And also, I think the game does get kind of repetitive after you play it for a while, because all you do is click enemies and manage your loot. Although it does get addicting, and at the higher levels it gets very hectic and you have very little time to think about what you're doing. We'll spend all the time equipping until the next wave starts. We'll activate this Armageddon scroll, which will probably kill all the enemies on the screen, so we'll wait till they reach the end of the playing field. If enemies cross over the playing field over here, your health will be deducted, so you don't want them to get across. You want to kill them before they get there. But the problem is that your energy runs out very quickly, because each attack requires some energy. As you can see, some of these enemies have multiple hit points compared to the other ones. Well, I guess we'll conclude the video now. This game is quite fun, and it definitely has a great replayability factor, with the fact that there are many different types of items, and you'll probably see at least 10 new items per wave, and it doesn't seem like the items get repeated very often. So it's quite interesting, and you can use these various scrolls to your advantage, and they're actually quite interesting as well, such as the Armageddon scroll, which we'll use now, even though I said we'd use it before. So wait till some enemies get across, and here's some potions, general potions, rejuvenation, which provide a bunch of help, and we'll activate the Armageddon scroll now, and there you go, all enemies are dead. You can interact with the items in this scroll, potion, and spell box by just tapping it. If you have a spell in there, you can just tap it and it'll activate the spell, so those effects will be applied to you for a certain amount of time. You'll also see the little icon here indicating that the spell has been activated. So, in conclusion, this game is quite great, and it's definitely worth the price of $5.99. However, if you don't like this type of gameplay where you just tap the screen and you manage your items and your health, etc., then you probably won't like this game. However, if you like micromanaging items, health, spells, skills, potions, etc., and your inventory, then you'll definitely enjoy this game. It doesn't have a storyline or any other game modes, and as soon as you start the game, this game just starts right away. What would have been nice to see is a save feature, so you can just exit the game and have it continue where you left off, but that's currently not implemented. And so that concludes our review. This has been a review from TouchGaming.org. This is Loopmaster.